Gulliver in the Land of Giants. Gulliver's Travels is a tale of adventures written by Jonathan Swift, and it was an instant success the moment it was published. It tells about the marvelous adventures of Gulliver during 4 voyages that he undertook to strange lands. In this story, we will narrate his adventures in the land of the giants Brobdingang. Gulliver set sail from England on 20th of June 1702 in the ship Antelope. Due to a storm, the ship was carried a bit off course. On 16th of June 1703, they sighted land and came to the shore. It was a strange land. No inhabitants were visible. Gulliver roamed about for some time and was separated from his companions. After some time, he returned to the shore and was surprised to see his companions boarding the long boat in which they had come ashore. He was about to call them when he saw a huge creature walking in the sea towards the boat. Gulliver was too terrified to see this giant. He ran and climbed up a hill. He saw the fields all around with vegetables and meadows. The height of the grass was 20 feet. He hid in the grass. The crop all around in the field was about 40 feet tall. Just then he saw 7 giants, each carrying a scythe in his hand. They started cutting the crop. Suddenly, one of the reapers saw him and picked him up on his palm. His surprise at seeing him knew no bounds. He carried him to his master, the farmer. Thus Gulliver was taken to the farmer's house, where he lived with his wife and 3 children. The family was at the dining table, ready to partake lunch. The farmer placed Gulliver on the table. The height of the table was 30 feet. Gulliver was afraid of falling down. The dish of meat which the servant brought was huge, about 24 feet in diameter. Gulliver could not reach it. The farmer's wife minced a small piece of meat and gave it to Gulliver on a tiny platter. A small thimble was brought, and he was given something to drink in it. Suddenly, the family cat jumped onto the table and approached him. She was 3 times the size of an ox. Gulliver was terrified, but the farmer's wife saved him. The youngest member of the family was a baby. As soon as the baby saw him, he wanted him for a toy. His mother gave him to the baby, who immediately tried to put him in his mouth. Again he was saved by the farmer's wife. The farmer's 9-year-old daughter became his best friend and took great care of him. The farmer sold him to the king. He was treated very well by the king. He loved being taken to the seashore in a special box that was made for him. On one such excursion, he was rescued by a British ship and thus found himself back in his native land.